Because when he did resurface, he was completely paralysed down the left side, and I thought, slight impact. But I was, that's all right, we'll get better. And I'd read a lot, while he was critical, I'd read lots of books on stroke recovery and things, and so I was determined he was going to have all the exercise and physio, and I think I drove him, pushed him madly because he wasn't going to stay in the wheelchair.
Well, there's a whole world of information to know. So when I think about picking out the most important thing that people need as they start on this carer journey, I liken it to the real estate idea, position, position, position. And I think in the caring field, the key thing is support, support, support. And what I mean by that is, no one can take on the caring role 24 hours a day and still maintain their own sense of self. Someone has said being a carer is like being a puppy asleep on the mat with one ear always cocked for what's going on. And we know that if carers don't get support, then their own health and well-being suffers. And in the long term, that affects not only them, but the person for whom they care and that relationship between them.
One of the things that a carer might need to know about is what type of stroke is this? Is it a bleeding stroke, or is it a blood clot blockage type of stroke? And what is that? What are the implications of those different types of strokes? How long will my family member, loved one, be in hospital? Is a very good question. What kind of support should I be giving to them right now? What do I need to do for them? Do I need to know everything there is to know about stroke? Well, no, often you don't need to know. You need to just, be there and be a support. I think it's helpful to know what to expect from your stay in hospital, what kind of tests are going to be done, and what are the implications of the results of those tests. Treatment as well is also very important. So what can be done immediately to help, and what can be done down the track to perhaps prevent another stroke, or to make the outcome better for the person in the bed.
So my personal role is an educative one. I facilitate workshops with groups of carers where we'll delve into one of those themes and have discussions around it and some strategies for people to deal with it. Another way of looking at that guilt is through counselling programs. It's available through Carers Victoria, but there are counselling programs all around which we encourage carers to participate in, which comes more from that psychological perspective rather than the education perspective. And there's no doubt also that for carers, being in a support group of some kind has a gentle way of bringing that to the fore, often with laughter and often because everyone else is going through the same thing, so there's some black humour there. And once you bring something into the light of day and shine the torch on it, it has its own power and effect. As soon as the carer begins to value themselves and see themselves as part of the caring team around this person, then they feel confident about asking professionals questions because they feel on a par. We're part of a team together. And it is very important that those questions get answered. So it's important that the carer notes their question down, is prepared for that time with the professional, is clear what they want from that visit with the professional, is persistent till they get those questions answered.